Welcome back to Hong Kong Direct. More with studio guest Paul Lally in a moment or so as we look ahead to the weekend action at Sha Tin. First up, though, we welcome a new jockey to the riding ranks here in Hong Kong. That's Antoine Hamelin. I caught up with him earlier on today. My first question to Antoine was firstly about his move here to Hong Kong and the fact that it must have been a very quick decision given the very unusual circumstances at the moment and the fact he's got to spend the next 2 weeks in quarantine.
Hello. Yes, I need to take a very quick decision for come here. I have only a few days for decide, but I'm a challenger, I'm an adventurer, and it's not a problem for me to decide that. I'm very happy to be here now.
And Antoine, tell us where you are right now and what do you plan to do exactly for the next 14 days?
I'm in quarantine in country club house. It's perfect for me. I have a few days for prepare my head and my body. I can lose the jet lag and I can start in a great form for the first race here.
And that'll be April the 8th at Happy Valley. And I'm sure you've seen the recent success of Alexis Badel as a bit of a Hong Kong regular now, and Tony Picone as well in the early part of this calendar year. Did you speak to them about their experiences of riding in Hong Kong?
I can speak with more jockey come here before, like Alexis Badel, Maxime Guyon, Christophe Soumillon, Eric Saint-Martin. He give me a nice advice for start in a good condition and for races here. But I know a little bit the races here because it's every time a pleasure to watch on the TV the race in Hong Kong.
And for anyone that doesn't know, Antoine, tell us about some of your career highlights so far. And this isn't your first visit to Hong Kong either.
I have around 700 winners in my career. I ride everywhere in the world. I love that. I love the race everywhere in the world. If I can ride in all racetrack, this is my dream. My best winner is Prix du Jockey Club, the French Derby in 2012. My first ride is in 2008, and I'm top 12 in the French jockey since 2012. I'm very happy. I hope for my first time. My second time in Hong Kong because I come for the Hong Kong Cup with Saunois in 2012. But I hope for this season in Hong Kong is doing well and it start good. I'm very happy to be here and see you soon for a nice winner.
April the 8th, yes, thank you, Antoine. It's when we'll see him. So pretty much he'll be out of quarantine and straight into Happy Valley in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, basically straight into it. But he's had that 2-week gap, isn't he? So he can acclimatise, he can watch videos.
You could see all the gym equipment in the background, so he'll keep himself busy.
Yeah, keep himself really busy in the meantime. So it's probably a good lead-in time, the 14 days. I'm sure he'll get the feel of Hong Kong racing. He's going to come for a little bit of surprise. Happy Valley fresh up there because he's a pretty tight course.
Well, I saw him, it must have been on Wednesday night. He put a picture up on social media of him watching the racing from Happy Valley Wednesday night, so I'm sure he'll be doing his homework.
Oh, definitely. The jockeys say it's one of the tightest courses, though, and it takes a little while to get used to.
What about fitting into this late in the season? I know Alexis left recently and Tony Picone as well, but never easy to arrive at any point in time, but you'd want to make a quick impression.
Yeah, definitely. And look, and Tony Picone did when he got here. He was an unknown in Hong Kong when he got here, and he made a really quick impression. If Antoine can do the same...
Winner on his first day, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly. If he can do something similar, then he'll be fine. There'll be no problem. He rode 71 winners last season, so he's a very good jockey.
Yeah, he's up at Bees River as well, which is a jockey club facility, probably about 20 minutes, half an hour north here of Sha Tin. And I know he's not unique in the fact he's only one in self-isolation. It's probably a record in itself. Before he starts riding, he's got his name in the record book. It's the first jockey to go into quarantine. It's normally the horses we put into quarantine, but the first jockey in quarantine before he starts riding.
It's changing times here, isn't it? But look, I think that's a good thing. I think, he's going to really get the chance to settle in and just hit the ground running.
Yeah, and his English is very good, as well, much better than our French. That was certainly a positive as well. So we wish Antoine much success and hopefully be catching up with him in person very shortly as well. All right, looking ahead now to Sunday's programme, and the final race, the Class 2, looks like a really good sprint here. Headed by California Whip, Victor Wong taking £5 off his back here. Speedy King from Barrier 4. Perfect Match, first up since the end of January. He's on a hat-trick. Zach Purton jumps back in the saddle. Duke Wide, two-time course and distance winner this season behind Computer Patch over the 1,000 metres last time out. So Computer Patch back up in trip here. Matthew Chadwick in the saddle once more. Transcendent, who's a very smart course and distance winner on debut. Zach Purton rode him there. Chad Schofield takes over for the inside gate. Speed Vision up in class for his last start win at Sha-Tin. And Grayson Mercy, getting close to a class drop here. Grayson Mercy has definitely shown ability. He takes a drop in trip. Grant Van der Kirk will be in the saddle there. A lot of these horses have been bumping into each other, but the 1,000, the 1,200s as well. But Computer Patch was a really strong winner last time out, beating a number of these, including a favourite of yours in Duke Y.
Yeah, exactly. And like it's up to 1,200. And last time they met, Duke Y was unlucky, came from behind and did beat Computer Patch. So it's 1-1 as far as they're concerned. And I think they're two of the main chances. Perfect Match is obviously going really well. He's had that little break, but look, he's on a hat trick. He's won his last two really well. Now, one thing about this race is a lot of speed in it. Speed Vision is going to put excess speed in. Mission Tycoon, horses that all like to go forward. I think that'll probably suit Duke Y because he's raced up to 1,400 metres, Duke Y. Barrier 5, he's going to get a nice run. Computer Patch is a very smart horse.
Yeah. Zach Purton jumping on Perfect Match. Alexi Bedell rode him for his first 2 wins, but Zach's no stranger to Perfect Match. He's ridden 3 times before for 2 wins. Really nice trial with Zach on board coming into this race.
Yeah, so he's going to come in fresh. He's going to be right on the pace as well, so he's going to get his opportunity once again. So it's going to be a really good race. I mean, those two. And then you've got Transcendent, who was very impressive on debut here in Hong Kong. But you have a look at some of the horses that have come in at higher ratings before, like Werther. Werther was beaten second up. Eagle Way was beaten second up. Bit harsh on Werther. He's beaten a neck by Sun Jewelry in the Classic Cup. But like Eagle Way got beaten second up. Private Secretary, we saw him win really nicely, and he got beaten second up. So if he does win Transcendent, he's a serious horse.
Yeah, well, Chad Schofield jumps on board Transcendent because Zach was already booked for Perfect Match. There'll be a first sit on the horse from Chad Schofield, and we caught up with Chad to get his thoughts.
He was very impressive at his first outing in Hong Kong. It's quite rare for horses to come and win on debut in Class 3, but he did it really well. He goes up to Class 2 now with a lightweight, and let's hope he can keep winning.
Do you have any concerns about him stepping up in class fairly quickly in his Hong Kong career?
Yeah, it's never easy, but he showed really, really good ability on debut, so his Hong Kong debut. So let's hope Tony can keep him winning.
Just on Tony, is this a new alliance between the two of you? Has this been an important support to have in these last few months?
Yeah, for me, certainly. He's given me some nice rides. I've had a few winners for him, Circuit 3 and Sunshine Warrior. And he's starting to throw me some really quality rides, such as Transcendent. So just got to make sure I make the opportunities count.
Well, he has got the advantage of Barrier 1 this time as well. He had Barrier 12 last time, so it was a really strong win. So if nothing else, he gets a soft run early.
Yeah, definitely. It's a really strong race, this one. And so it's a good measuring stick for him. If he wins this, then he's a serious horse, I think.
Yeah, and runs in Eddie Wong's Exultant colours as well. What of the others that we need to take note of? Gunnison, he's never too far away.
Yeah, he runs. I think he might be just a step below them, but he'll be on the pace as well. Gunnison. He's only a little horse, Gunnison, but he really tries. He's a horse you'd like to own because he tries every time.
Yeah, and a horse like Shining Ace as well probably falls into that same sort of category as well.
Yeah, like Shining Ace has been running really well at Happy Valley, hasn't he, leading into this? So I think this might be a little bit rich for him as well.
All right, so I know you've probably been with him just about every start so far this season, which has paid dividends as well. You're sticking with him, are you?
I will, because I think with all that pace in the race, he might just get the race run to suit. I think Computer Patch and Perfect Match are the ones to beat. There's no question. Those three stand out for me. But I'm going to stick with Duke Y. He's done me some good favours this season.
All right, Paul O'Sullivan could have a good afternoon as well. He's got Band of Brothers going around. And Karis Teaton back in action as well. Yeah,
so Karis, he'll be riding Duke Y. And, of course, it was good to see him back. It's a good ride for him to on his return.
Absolutely, it is, yeah. All right, as far as the diary is concerned, then going forward, Sunday for us back at Sha-Tin, Wednesday then. So this is next 3 meetings, all at Sha-Tin. We've got a dirt meeting, all-weather meeting on Wednesday night. Then return next Sunday for for the Sprint Cup and Chairman's Trophy. Both run at Group 2 level. Essentially, a warm-up to a certain extent, I suppose, Paul, to the Champions Day at the end of April.
Yeah, looking forward to that as well. So, yeah, we'll get a few clues leading into that, I think. But, yeah, Champions Day, there's going to be some really good matchups there.
Because that's the possibility. We were talking about Golden 60 before. If he goes the mile, he gets Beauty Generation and Waikuku. Really, that's the head-to-head, isn't it? Yeah,
it would be. I mean, he's going to come up and have to be against the older horses now in his own age, because he's been in his own age group the last 3 starts. But he's a special horse, so he's got to take them on at some stage. So we'll see which one. If he goes 2000, he's got Exultant and Time Warp and Glorious Forever if they're running at the same time. So.
And in the Sprint Cup, hopefully get to see the return of Athero also.
That'd be good. And I follow the track work quite a bit, and his track work yesterday was really, really good on Tuesday anyway. Sorry, Tuesday's track work was very good. So the horse is in really good form, and Thursday's as well. So he's had plenty of work.
Excellent. Looking forward to that. So a week on Sunday then for the Sprint Cup and Chairman's Trophy. Thank you, Paul. Enjoy the action this weekend.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
All right. So, well, that's the show. Thanks for watching. In light of that, those group races coming up a week on Sunday, we're going to look back on last year's Chairman's Trophy. This is Beauty Generation, of course, at 1.2, absolutely bossing his rivals under Zach Purton. Enjoy this. We'll see you again on Sunday. We'll bring all the action from Hong Kong direct to you.
Set, ready, racing. Beauty Generation stepped away, nice enough. Mission Tycoon to his outside is pressing forward along with Beauty Generation, and they're going to cross down to the rail and take up 1-2 positions. There's no annoyance factor at this stage from Mission Tycoon. Dropping into third, a lovely spot is Conti on the inside of Singapore Sling. 2 back then, Pakistan Star, travelling a little keen on the outside of Rise High at the 1200 metres. 2 further back to Nozo, third last. Half away then to Eagle Way, and 2 back last of all is Seasons Bloom. They're at the 1000, and Beauty Generation pounding the turf, 3/4 of a length on Mission Tycoon second. Third place is Conti, a length away then to Singapore Sling. Rise High the rail inside of Pakistan Star at the 800. He's 5 lengths from the speed. 2 further back to Donoso, followed by Eagle Way. Seasons Bloom last of all. Purton still in cruise control on Beauty Generation at the 600. 3/4 to Mission Tycoon, he's being felt for. Conti in the slipstream of the champ as they corner in. Pakistan Star wheeling 4 deep. Singapore Sling ahead of him. Then Rise High, Donoso, Eagle Way and Seasons Bloom. Beauty Generation clear. 2 lengths on Conti. Pakistan Star unwinding a terrific sprint. Getting past Singapore Sling. Beauty Generation. Purton now pushes at the champ. There's a response. Pakistan Star's going into second, but he can't match the power of this incredible athlete. And Beauty Generation, it's 8 consecutive and 7 for the season.